For years, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner have shared a complicated, deeply human journey in the public eye. From their romantic beginnings to their marriage, divorce, and continued co-parenting, they've remained connected despite going their separate ways. But now, that connection has taken on a new depth after news broke that Ben Affleck has been quietly battling cancer, a diagnosis that has shocked fans and reportedly devastated those closest to him. The usually private actor had chosen to keep the details of his illness under wraps. But as his condition progressed, those around him began to see the signs: weight loss, absence from public events, and visible fatigue. Despite trying to carry on as normal, Ben's health reached a point where hospitalization became necessary, and it was in that moment that someone unexpected arrived by his side: Jennifer Garner. The former couple had reportedly been distant for several months, each living their own lives, navigating new relationships, schedules, and responsibilities. Though they remained in touch for the sake of their children, public sightings of them together had dwindled. Many assumed that they had fully moved on, and that their relationship had shifted into a strictly co-parenting dynamic. But as is often the case when life delivers a devastating blow, old emotional ties suddenly resurface, and the things that once seemed far apart feel close again. The moment Jennifer learned of Ben's condition, insiders say she dropped everything. Without hesitation or concern for how it might look publicly, she rushed to the hospital where he was being treated, determined to be there, not as a celebrity, not as an ex-wife, but as someone who had once loved him deeply, and still cared enough to not let him go through this alone. Sources close to the situation describe an emotional and powerful reunion between Ben and Jennifer at the hospital. When she walked into the room, Ben reportedly broke down in tears. Despite the tension and distance of the past months, her presence seemed to bring him both comfort and relief. Jennifer, always known for her nurturing spirit, was seen holding Ben's hand, speaking softly, and reassuring him that he was not alone. Those who witnessed the interaction said it was clear the pain and fear of the moment had stripped away any lingering resentment or awkwardness. What remained was something deeply real: the bond between two people who had shared years of life, children, laughter, heartbreak, and now, something even more fragile: mortality. It's easy to forget that celebrities are human. But what this story reminds us is that behind the polished red carpet smiles and picture-perfect photos lies a world of silent struggles. Ben Affleck, a man who has faced addiction, mental health challenges, and public scrutiny, was now facing perhaps his greatest battle yet: his health. For months, he had reportedly kept the diagnosis from all but his closest inner circle. Even his extended friends and professional contacts were unaware. He continued to show up when he could, put on a brave face, and pretend everything was okay. But cancer has a way of shattering illusions, and when things took a turn for the worse, he had no choice but to lean on those who still mattered. And in that moment, Jennifer Garner became his anchor, even if just for a short time. This isn't the first time Jennifer has stood by Ben in a crisis. During his well-documented struggles with alcoholism, it was Jennifer who personally drove him to rehab, despite their marriage being long over. She's often been described as his guardian angel by fans and even close friends. And now, once again, she has stepped into that quiet, strong role, not for attention, not for validation, but because love doesn't always go away. It just changes shape. According to hospital staff, Jennifer stayed by Ben's bedside for hours, even overnight. She brought him comfort food, sat in on consultations with doctors, and spoke with his team about his treatment options. There were no cameras, no red carpet moments. Just a woman, in sweatpants and no makeup, showing up for a man she once promised to love in sickness and in health, even if that promise no longer binds them legally. Their 3 children, Violet, Serafina, and Samuel, have reportedly been kept informed in age-appropriate ways. Though shielded from the press, they are said to be aware of their father's condition and have visited him regularly. In moments like these, the idea of family takes on a different meaning. It's no longer about who's together or who's divorced, it's about unity, presence, and love in its rawest form. Insiders say that Jennifer has taken the lead in helping the kids process what's happening, leaning on professional counselors and child psychologists to navigate the emotional terrain. Meanwhile, Ben, though exhausted, is said to be drawing strength from his children and from Jennifer's unexpected support. This is an unfolding story, and we'll continue to bring you updates as they come. In the meantime, let's come together in support of Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner, and their family. Drop your thoughts, prayers, and well wishes in the comments, and if this story touched your heart, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. In a world that often feels divided, let this be a moment that brings us all together in hope, love, and the quiet power of showing up when it counts.